Rowan Atkinson was superb. He had me laughing the whole way through. Only half an hour more's the pity. I love him.
Margaret Davies of Lake Cathy, New South Wales, also writes in appreciation of Mr Bean.
The episode where he gets dressed in a mini miner on his way to the dentist was a gem. I do hope you can repeat it sometime, even if in the daytime like you repeat Gardening Australia, Four Corners and Couchman. Better still, wipe out Mr Couchman and replace him with Mr Bean.
The only hint of discord in the marketplace on the subject of Mr Bean was the timing. 6-year-old Angela Turner from Brassbutt near Hay, New South Wales, does her schooling through the Distance Education Centre and wants Mr Bean on at 6 p.m. before Here's Lucy. And Rose Degenhad from Brompton in South Australia writes on behalf of her whole family.
It's hilarious. It made us laugh till we cried. What better medicine for a family in the 90s is there? But why, oh why, was it on at 9:30 p.m. on a Tuesday night? I bet the program designers don't have kids under 12.
I guess the answer to that is that despite its universal appeal, Mr Bean is actually aimed at big people. Mr Bean was followed by the second series of Das Kapital, and a whole batch of young people from Adamstown, New South Wales were delighted about that. They all signed a letter to tell me.
They are interesting, innovative, funny, intellectually stimulating, thought-provoking and very hot and sexy. We think if Australia had more cool shows like Das Kapital, nobody would care that Australia was in recession. If Tim Ferguson was Prime Minister, the world would be a better place. Troy the Invincible is a politically sound figure, and Wayne is just plain wonderful.
Mrs Claire Love of Willoughby, Sydney, does not share this collective approbation of the Doug Anthony All-Stars Das Kapital, although in her mature years, she says, she did quite enjoy the big gig.
But Das Kapital is a different kettle of fish. I saw it through to the end to see how horrible it was. The humour is mostly schoolboy sight gags devoid of any wit or subtlety. It is crude, coarse and offensive. The show had interspersed through it lines like, wash your mouth out with 1, maggots, 2, broken razor blades, 3, the rancid sweat from a fat woman's thighs, and 4, the liquid from a Sri Lankan sewer, not quite verbatim. These lines were followed by one of the Dars stuffing into his mouth a realistic substitute for all these ghastly objects. This show is, I assume, targeted at a young audience. I hate to think what their level of intelligence is and what their idea of comedy is, because Das Kapital is a wasteland of talent and humour, and I resent taxpayers' money being spent on it.
Interest in the BackChat Nitpickers Award for 1992 is quickening following the strong entry into the field by Carolyn Ray of Albury, who spotted that the new Australian ambassador had an impossible birth date on her passport, the 29th of February 1949. There was no leap year in 1949. There have even been suggestions about what the award should be. Graham Hadley of Preston, Melbourne, for one.
Maybe you could give the winner of the Nitpicker of the Year award an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 to Regan.
I'm not sure BackChat's modest budget could run to that, Graham. However, Bruce Fairhall of North Richmond, New South Wales, has an idea closer to home.
Having had some experience with nits, otherwise known as head lice or pediculosis, I felt I could offer a suggestion for a very useful and suitable prize. A package containing a torch to assist nit location, a magnifying glass for those who are short-sighted, quite usual in the case of nitpickers, a fine-tooth comb for removing nits, a bottle of Quilada, or some other preparation sold for killing nits and their eggs, As nitpickers are often a little thoughtless, please remind the winner to read the instructions carefully before use.
Meanwhile, Graham Anderson, a resident potter of Lightning Ridge, New South Wales, has not just suggested a trophy, he's sent one in. Voila! A nitpicker's mug, suitably inscribed and made from the opal clay of Lightning Ridge.
This may solve your problem of what to give as a prize for your nitpicking contest. If not, well, you've scored yourself a drinking vessel. Use in good health.
I will, and thank you, Graham. It will be put to good use on the set until the nitpickers' place-getters are combed out at the end of the year. Good night.